Up next on Channel 7 News, investigators are looking into a terrorist connection in the World Trade Center blast.
Also ahead tonight, security is tightened in the nation's capital following yesterday's explosion in New York. And Fairfield police are hunting the killer of a woman and her 7-year-old grandson.
Channel 7 News is next.
Television and radio programs worldwide were interrupted with the news that children were all safe and accounted for. It was all over for the world, but not for the simple people of Chowchilla. Channel 7's David Louie talks to the innocent victims of the Chowchilla kidnapping and their imprisoned captors, their memories, their fears. A Bay Area Focus, Monday on Channel 7 News at 6.
Next on the commish.
God, I hate these domestics.
At this point, we have a disturbed person with a firearm and probably a hostage.
Well, I got a girl here and a little kid, and if you guys try and come in, I'm gonna kill them.
We go in and we get her out of there!
Since nobody's been hurt, maybe you could just leave us alone.
I want to give him every chance to get out of this.
You could be giving him every chance to kill her.
No! Get back! Get out of here, liar!
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, Sunday, the latest on the explosion at New York's World Trade Center. What caused it? Who's responsible? Plus, the first-hand stories from the survivors and the heroes. Join Bill Ritter and Dana King tomorrow for Good Morning America, Sunday. After, on This Week with David Brinkley, more on the World Trade Center explosion in New York City and the American humanitarian airdrops into Bosnia. This is ABC.
They're back by popular demand. All across the Bay Area, over 1,600 men and women are planning to perform an incredible feat just for you. For the next 6 extra long days, they'll install cable when you want it, or the installation's free. Call 1-800-230-CABLE and get cable installed for just $15. Just tell us when you'll be home between now and Sunday, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., and we'll be there, guaranteed. If we're not there within 2 hours of your appointment, your installation's free. Get everything cable has to offer, all day, every day, including installation when you want it, even on the weekend. Get everything you want when you want it. Call 1-800-230-CABLE now, when the weekend ends. So does this offer.
This here is Fremont, California.
We build Toyota trucks and Toyota Corollas. 200,000 cars and trucks a year.
Over 4,000 people work here in this plant.
This is the only plant in California. It's right here in Fremont.
I'm getting a great paycheck, and my wife can stay home with my daughter.
We work together toward the same goal, which is making a quality Toyota in America. Keep the community thriving.
When I see these cars on the road, I'm happy to say I built that car.
See your Northern California Toyota dealer.
KGO TV Channel 7, #1 in Northern California. Now, Carolyn Tyler, Frank Crocker, Joel Bartlett Weather, and Russell Shimoka Sports. This is Channel 7 News at 11.
It appears that the explosion that occurred yesterday in the World Trade Center was in all likelihood the result of some type of explosive device.
Investigators are all but certain yesterday's blast that rocked the New York's World Trade Center was no accident. Tonight, the question is who is responsible and why. The explosion killed at least 5 and injured more than 1,000. 2 people are listed as missing. Good evening, I'm Carolyn Tyler.
And I'm Frank Crocker. Coming up, a wave of terrorism overseas. Also, a double murder in the North Bay.
But topping the news, the head of the FBI is saying tonight that yesterday's deadly explosion might be linked to the troubles in the former Yugoslavia. If terrorists are found to be responsible, Americans may now be faced with the kind of fear common in Europe and the Middle East. ABC's Karen Burns has the latest.
This morning, New Yorkers, all Americans, awoke to face a new and chilling reality.
There is an immense crater. It's very difficult to imagine what else could have done it other than a bomb.
Overnight, something had changed. Americans were vulnerable.
Fear is another weapon that's used against you. And that's what terrorists are all about, if these were terrorists. And what they're trying to do is deny you normalcy.
Watch out, watch out! The very notion of normalcy was shattered when a massive explosion shook the World Trade Center towers and the Vista Hotel. From the garage beneath the hotel, the blast ripped through several levels. In just an instant, 80,000 workers and visitors became unwilling captives, unwitting victims.
You can see right through where the cars are overturned.
This morning, emergency workers and officials kept the building sealed off due to structural damage. Rescuers continued to search for bodies, but they were hampered by safety concerns and layer upon layer of rubble and debris.
There's still got to be people in areas that we can't get there down there.
As of this evening, at least 2 building employees are reported missing. Although the area is not safe enough for criminal investigators to search either, police and FBI agents have ruled out any other cause for the explosion and point to what they see as evidence of a bomb.
The magnitude of the explosion, the fact that a significant amount of heat was generated, and the fact that traces of nitrate were found. I think those 3 factors strongly indicate that it was some sort of explosive device.
The target that was selected was very carefully chosen. It was probably the result of very careful surveillance and monitoring to determine the best ingress to the target and where to place the bomb.
19 different callers claimed responsibility for yesterday's explosion. Each will be thoroughly investigated. Meanwhile, state and federal officials have heightened security measures at New York airports, federal buildings, and other sensitive areas. Officials agree that as of today, we have entered a new phase in American society, one in which safety is of utmost concern. Karen Burns, ABC News, New York.
Across the river in New Jersey, a terminal at Newark International Airport was evacuated today following a bomb threat. No device was found, and the building is open again tonight. But hourly parking's been banned beneath all of that airport's terminals because President Clinton is scheduled to land in Newark on Monday for a speech at Rutgers University. And in Washington, D.C. tonight, security's been beefed up at the White House, the Capitol building, and other national monuments. Bomb-sniffing dogs and mirrors are being used to check cars for possible explosive devices following the World Trade blast. Officials say there have been no threats, that these measures are simply precautionary. But in the Philippines tonight, at least 25 people have been injured in an explosion at the Zamboanga airport. Officials in that southern city say a bomb went off in the terminal building, causing extensive damage, and that another explosive device was found and safely detonated. 4 of those injured are reportedly in critical condition tonight. No group has claimed responsibility, but police are speculating that blast was the work of Muslim extremists.
A group of tourists in Egypt got no warning before a bomb exploded last night. It happened in Cairo. A crude bomb packed with steel nails went off in a crowded coffee shop. 4 people were killed, including 2 tourists. 18 were injured. Police suspect a Muslim extremist group that has been targeting tourists in recent months. But late today, the group issued a statement denying any involvement in the bombing. In London, 12 people have been injured, 2 seriously, from a bomb that exploded near a popular weekend market. This device was hidden in a garbage can. Police say there were 2 telephone calls before the blast that included code words used by the Irish Republican Army. Police also said the warning gave a false location of the bomb, apparently designed to injure people while they were evacuating.
Here at home, a shocking double homicide in the North Bay. Tonight, Fairfield police say they are still without a suspect or a motive in the violent deaths of a grandmother and her young grandson. Channel 7's Bev Michelonis has that story.
My mom loved everybody. Pappy, he played with his little friend.
Cindy Harris of Fairfield tonight can't understand why anyone would murder her mother, 59-year-old Eileen Harris, and her nephew, 7-year-old Luther Harris, nicknamed Pappy. Fairfield police say Pappy and his grandmother were apparently stabbed to death overnight in the condo where the 2 lived. Their bodies were discovered this morning by one of Pappy's playmates.
Had knocked on the door, there was no answer. Came back again about shortly before 11. Again, didn't receive an answer. Went inside and saw the boy on the floor dead.
Detective Tim said there were signs of violence in the home, but no sign of a forced entry. The neighbors were shocked by the crime.
It's something unbelievable because I don't think she would be the kind of person to have those kind of enemies that would come in and do something, especially to a little child.
Police say Pappy's mother, Tracy, shown on the right, occasionally lives at the condo. She was arrested later today on unrelated charges of probation violation for felony theft. Harris said her mother took Tracy in when she was in trouble.
Somebody probably wanted to get to my sister. Couldn't get to her. And got to my little nephew, my mother.
We're looking at her in conjunction with the investigation, but is actually saying that she's a suspect at this time. I'd have to say no.
Fairfield police tonight say they have no suspects in this double murder, but expect the crime to be solved very soon. Anytime a child is murdered, they say, witnesses tend to be a lot more cooperative. In Fairfield, I'm Bev Michelonis, Channel 7 News Tonight.
Police are searching tonight for 4 men they think are responsible for a fatal drive-by shooting in San Francisco's Mission District. The victim was shot to death around 3 o'clock this morning at 19th and Mission Streets. He's been identified as 24-year-old Rosa Santiago. Authorities think the gunmen were in a gray car, which was reported stolen earlier.
Coming up on the news at 11, San Francisco Mayor Frank Jordan and the story of the chief, the spokesperson, and the boyfriend.
You're looking at a small miracle. It's called an electronic twin-panel sunroof. It's a piece of automotive technology unlike any you've ever seen before. But then, so is this. Introducing the BMW 525i Touring.
Dreyfus knows opportunities have to be chosen carefully, which is why smart investors will find the Dreyfus Growth and Income Fund so appealing. Last year, the Dreyfus Growth and Income Fund grew over 20%, more than double the performance of the S&P 500. For more information and a free prospectus, call 1-800-DREYFUS. Dreyfus Growth and Income Fund. Survival of the smartest.
Hello, my name is Dave Doe. My name is Justin Knudsen.
Mi nombre es Marina Rivera.
I provide international services for MCI. MCI Friends and Family has always been a great plan for those who are calling international destinations. That's because you can save an additional 20% on calls to one special person outside the United States. Now MCI announces even better news. Very good news.
Wonderful news.
You can now save that extra 20% on 2 international numbers. 한국분들께서
for 20% less.
On 2 international numbers.
And it's free.
Your Chrysler Plymouth dealers proudly announce big February clearance. Low prices on all the Chrysler Plymouth Award winners, like Northern California's #1 minivan, Voyager, under $15,100 with air and automatic. The irresistible Plymouth Laser with $700 rebate and $500 first-time buyer rebate, now under $10,700. Big February clearance at your neighborhood Chrysler Plymouth dealer now. Don't let it pass you by.
Mayor Frank Jordan is back in San Francisco tonight after his business jaunt to Asia. The mayor returns to a city administration making headlines without him, and not necessarily the kind he'd like to be reading. Channel 7's Ed Leslie has more.
A worn-out Mayor Jordan wanted to list the numerous achievements made during his 2-week whirlwind trade mission to the Orient, focusing on contracts secured, for example, that would bolster commerce at San Francisco's airport and seaport. But there was more interest in the administrative soap opera that took place while he was away. Police spokeswoman accuses police chief of sexual harassment. Chief says he'll sue. Chief throws Supervisor Bill Maher out of his office. Spokescop fails lie detector test. Mayor's political guru Clint Riley gets into some sort of fracas at the newspaper and is taken away in an ambulance. Police commission meets on it all tomorrow, a Sunday. Welcome home, Mr. Mayor.
Everyone needs a fair opportunity to present their case, and I'm anxiously waiting to see what the results will be after tomorrow's meeting.
Well, do you get the idea that your administration might have turned into a bit of a soap opera while you were away?
Well, I think one of the things that I would say is that I think Bill Maher said it. I was looking at a quote he made. He said that he felt really bad about what happened. Well, I believe he damn well should feel very bad about what happened, because it is, to me, a third-rate soap opera that San Francisco doesn't deserve.
Everyone agrees it's certainly not an international crisis of any kind, but with tomorrow's police commission meeting, all my Jordan will continue. At San Francisco International Airport, Ed Leslie, Channel 7 News Tonight.
A Los Angeles judge has gutted Proposition 103. That's according to Insurance Commissioner John Garamendi. The ruling threw out Garamendi's method of setting insurance rates. Ever since Californians voted to cut their premiums back in 1989 by passing Prop 103, insurance companies have fought the initiative in court. Garamendi held an airport news conference to condemn the judge's decision. If allowed to stand, he says the ruling
is going to destroy the proposition, destroy its implementation, and literally force the elected insurance commissioner to sit on the sidelines while the insurance industry pillages the pocketbooks of Californians.
So Garamendi says he plans to appeal the judge's decision.
Tomorrow will be the last day on the job for United Airlines SkyCaps at San Francisco International Airport. Last month, United announced it would cut 2,800 jobs nationwide, including all SkyCaps. A private company will begin providing curbside luggage service at SFO on Monday. According to United, that new company may offer jobs to some of the SkyCaps who are now the airline's lowest paid employees.
When we return, our meteorologist Joel Bartlett will have the weather for the rest of the weekend and walking in a winter wonderland right here in the Bay Area.
Nicely done.
Next on Hunter, a savage heist.
Two armed robbers that don't hesitate to blow away an innocent customer just to make a point.
A breathtaking accomplice.
You like doing it?
I'm open to suggestions.
And Hunter's betting his heart.
There was a possibility that you came down here to meet Marino.
I did.
It's a deadly triangle with no way out. Hunter, tonight at 11:30 on Channel 7.
Has the simple joy of driving become a casualty of the times? Introducing 200 turbocharged horses. Uncanny grace. And one of the safest cars Saab has ever built. The new 9000 CSE. A car you can drive hard with your conscience intact.
Special incentives now available at your participating Saab dealers.
No matter how much time you spend keeping the outside clean, if your gasoline isn't keeping the inside clean, your car's performance could go down the drain. May we suggest Chevron with Tetraline for cleansing power that helps bring back the performance you've been missing. Chevron, simply smarter.
It's simple physics. When an object is being pulled, it tends to go straighter and maintain a higher level of control than an object being pushed. So, unlike most of our competitors, the Acura Legend is equipped with front-wheel drive for better traction. The Acura Legend. It would be a shame to get stuck with anything else.
The Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Tonight, the organization kicked off the festivities with a gala at San Francisco's Gift Center. Several celebrities were on hand, including actor James Avery, model Beverly Johnson, former 49er great Roger Craig, and actor Danny Glover. The Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame promotes African Americans in film.
Our meteorologist Joel Bartlett is here now to talk weather.
The weather word today, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Clear, bright, and beautiful out there. Why don't we go outside right now and I'll show you the way it looked. And these pictures taken by our ace cameraman Fred Pardini, a wondrous sight we're having tonight. Help me out here. Walking in a winter wonderland. Thank you. No, it's not the Alps, but the Santa Cruz Mountains do take on an alpine appearance here. Kind of a rare sight to see this much snow in the Bay Area. Most of this actually fell yesterday and the night before last. Before we switch it, Jonathan, got to show you this one picture here. These kids having a good time up there in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Not a whole lot of snow, but enough to have fun. Well, let's come up to the present time right now. Sparkling clear skies up above, not bad numbers. Temperatures right now here at Channel 7, we're sitting at 52 degrees. Our range today from 47 to 60. The humidity 75%. The barometer's rising. Winds out of the west at 6 miles an hour. And we'll go topside right now and see what's going on Golly, would you look at this? This is the low pressure area that brought the snow to the Bay Area yesterday and the night before last. Now these two lows are producing some rain in Southern California with snow above 4,000 feet. There's another weather system out here. Rain falling in this region. Will it come visit us? Well, we put it in motion. Notice how it's moving from the southwest towards the northeast, following the upper level stirring winds, the jet stream. So the rain is heading into British Columbia, but the whole system is creeping very slowly this way. Sunny skies tomorrow, but increasing high clouds on Monday. The next chance of rain that I can see, maybe about Tuesday night or Wednesday. That was so much fun. Let's watch it again. Here are these clouds moving to the northeast, and that low down here spinning in a counterclockwise direction, producing the showers over Southern California. The close-up picture at daybreak, there was some fog in the Central Valley. It cleared off very rapidly. You can see the snowpack in the Sierra Nevada up until sunset tonight. Beautiful conditions up there in the Sierra, though dropping down into the single digits at night. Very cold at night under clear skies. And that low will be moving to the east, so we should see clearing conditions over California tomorrow. The national weather scene, heavy rain is falling over parts of Mexico into the southwest here with snow in the higher elevations. Put these clouds in motion. This is the rain spreading into the southwest. There's a nor'easter sort of side-swiping the northeastern part of the country off the coast there. Tomorrow, if you're traveling, lots of sunshine, except in the southwest, snow in the higher mountains. Temperatures at some of the gateway cities around the country will look like this. You see 50s at Seattle and Portland, 60 in LA tomorrow and around the Bay Area. Not bad numbers, upper 50s to mid 60s. So our forecast then for tonight, starry nights, lows from about 30 to 44 degrees. And then tomorrow, it's going to be another big, bright, beautiful blue day, upper 50s to mid 60s. Next chance of rain, maybe about Tuesday night or Wednesday. You guys were in good voice tonight.
And we did it without a pitch harmonica. It was amazing.
Anything with me like that is amazing.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
An emergency smog alert is in effect in Mexico City for the second night in a row. The amount of ozone in the air today was more than double the level considered safe. Officials have ordered children kept indoors. The use of government vehicles has been cut by half. Several factories have been ordered to reduce their production.
Still to come on the news, Russell Shimoka with the sports and how the Bears handled the Huskies. But first, here are tonight's winning lotto numbers. Good luck.
A chilling new trend in the workplace, secret tape recordings.
I've seen more of it in the last few years than ever before.
Marketplace looks at why invasion of privacy is on the rise in the office. Plus, a salute to a renowned Bay Area woman who's now made her way to Washington in President Clinton's cabinet.
Marketplace, Sunday at 5:30 on Channel 7. The children were all safe. David Louie talked to the innocent victims of the Chowchilla kidnapping and their imprisoned captors, their memories, their fears. Monday on Channel 7 News at 6.
It's a jungle out there. Here's a machete. The SC300. It's a clear-cut value at your Northern California Lexus dealer.
Are you tired of being assigned hard-to-remember numbers by some phone company? Use your own number with the MCI card. That's a whole lot easier.
So I just put that on the ball bearings and that clears up the squeak? You're a genius. That's my mom.
Talk on the phone a lot when away from home? MCI introduces 2 hours of free calling card calls.
And a hair conditioner.
Call and sign up for an MCI card now.
What do they call it duct tape for, anyway?
I drove it for 8 years.
Your Toyota dealer invites you to see the all-new Corolla.
I never got so much out of a car.
And discover a special lease program that makes getting a new Corolla easier than ever.
But I've gone on to bigger and better things. Just got the new one.
For as little as $179 a month with no money down, you get more room, more comfort, and more safety features. A great car becomes a great deal. Discover the new Corolla lease program at your Toyota dealer and rediscover value.
You may be relaxing right now, but some people at Willie's Gym in Antioch are pedaling and pumping iron right this second. for a good cause. The bike riders and bodybuilders have gotten pledges and are raising money for the American Heart Association. This fundraiser is going to last all night long. If you have insomnia, you're welcome to work out at Willie's Gym between now and 8 o'clock tomorrow morning if you bring a donation for the Heart Association.
Russell Shamoka here now to tell us about the Warriors and that supersonic jinx.
Yeah, it sure is. You might as well just count it up as 0-6, the 6 times that they play the Sonics every year. They just can't seem to beat these guys. Don't call them Road Warriors. After posting one of the better records on the road last season, the Warriors have lost 11 of 12 in the other guy's gym, including tonight, yes, in Seattle. Things going well early on. Tim Hardaway driving inside, the finger roll. Timmy with 12 of 29 in the first half, but here come the Warriors. Rare to Hardaway, a one-touch pass to Tyrone Hill for the slam, and Golden State is up 5. Now the Warriors suiting up only 8 players, led by 5 at the break. Hardaway hitting just as the shot clock expires. We go third quarter, and Ricky Pierce took over. Pierce with 13 of his 19 points in the quarter. The Sonics outscoring the Warriors 30-12, and Mr. Pierce did most of the damage. Sam Perkins, his debut in a Sonics uniform after coming over from the Lakers, only 6 points. And you know, I've never seen this before. George Karl, his team up by 19, and he hits the boot. Ejected. Yeah, Karl has left the building, but the damage was already done. The final 109-92. Funny stuff. College hoops now, and if Cal had lost to Washington this afternoon, it would have pretty much dashed the hopes of the Bears making it to the NCAA party. Instead, they are doing the John Travolta thing, staying alive, thanks to a buzzer beater up in Seattle. Cal in the road blue. Early on, it's Jason Kidd giving it up to Al Grimsby, who says, "Thank you very much." Cal leading it by 4. Back the other way. Rich Manning of the Huskies trying to post up. His shot won't go, but right there is the Pope, Mark Pope, to stuff it back. Seconds left in the first half. Achille Jones launches the 3, and the Bears leading it at the break by a bucket, 41-30 now. Now, second half, and watch the pass by Kidd. Cross court, right on the money. Stevie Johnson, he puts it up, and the Bears are on top by 6. But then the Bears go cold. KJ Roberts, air ball. And Todd Bozeman doesn't like it one bit. The Huskies went ahead by 6, and it's a nice pass to Manning, who gets 2 of his 28 points. The Dogs were looking for more, but they turn over the ball. The Kid gets it, and he takes it all the way to the top floor. Now, Bozeman and the Bears trailed 75-74 with 2 seconds left. Inbounds pass to Lamont Murray. The turnaround jumper will come at the buzzer. The Bears have won! The Bears have won! If Joe Starkey was calling the game, it probably would have sounded like that. The Bears will take on 4th-rated Arizona next Thursday night at the Oakland Coliseum. And those Wildcats will be riding a 19-game win streak tonight against Oregon. Chris Mills with the NBA three-pointer. He had 23 points, and Mills is cleaning up underneath, too. Arizona wins, and wins big, setting up Thursday's showdown with the Golden Bears. Other scores from the top 10, Indiana over Minnesota, Kentucky a deuce better than Auburn, North Carolina over Florida State. Locally, Washington State handed Stanford a loss. It was San Jose State, a winner over Fullerton. San Diego beating St. Mary's. Santa Clara, a point better than USF. Women's basketball, Stanford a winner. Cal loses to Washington. The Sharks may not win a lot of games, but a few of them, you must say, pretty interesting. Like tonight's battle with Calgary. The Sharks with a new face in goal. Just up from the minors, Wade Flaherty making his first start. And just one piece of advice for the young goalie: don't leave the goal wide open. Brent Aston hitting the empty net. The Flames billowing to a 3-0 lead. Now the Sharks come back with 4 in a row. 2 of them, John Carter, the slap shot. Oops. San Jose would lead 4-3 in the third, but Calgary got the tying goal, and then the gamer, a wraparound from Thurer and Fleury. The Sharks playing well, but losing in the end. The final was 5-4. The Pro Golf Tour is down south for the LA Open. Yesterday's second round was called off because of the wet stuff. It's now a 54-hole event, and here's one of your leaders, Donnie Hammond. Birdie, short one, and he's tied along with the defending champ Fred Couples. Couples with a 67 today. And making a lot of noise with a 66, Payne Stewart. 14th hole, a par 3, 172 yards, and a 5-iron. With a little bit more practice, I can make shots like this. Hale Irwin, he's back from a back injury. Looks like he's never missed a beat. Third shot at 17, and Irwin is still in the hunt, 2 swings off the pace. And finally, the elder statesmen are in Florida for the Chrysler Cup. This is a team competition between the U.S. and the rest of the world. Tommy Horton with the shot of the day. That is almost in the hole for an ace. Individual honors going to the lefty, Bob Charles, with a 67 today, and that was matched by Tom Weiskopf, playing in his first seniors event for the U.S. team with a 4-stroke lead heading into tomorrow's final round. And one final note about golf. Tomorrow on Sports Extra, we'll have a story on a 12-year-old with a 1 handicap. You're shaking your head. I could not believe it. The kid is hot.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Sports Extra.
One handicap.
You gotta tune into that.
Oh, you keep saying that. I won't even come close, dear. Thank you, though. Finally tonight, a sport in Colorado for adults who still have a really big bit of the kid in them. 3, 2, 1. It's an attempt to improve on the flexible flyer by using cardboard only. No matter what the contraption looks like, the key is to sled down the hill and across the finish line. And it's harder than you think. This team didn't do any better in their yellow submarine. Ringo would no doubt have been proud of this snowmobile. But with proper construction and a bit of tailwind, a cardboard sled can break the tape and, as you saw right there, keep right on going.
Maybe break a few other things, too.
And that's what we're going to do. Not break anything, but keep right on going. That is it for this edition of Channel 7 News. Thanks a lot for joining us.
For Frank Crocker, Joel Bartlett, and Russell Shamoka, I'm Carolyn Tyler. See you tomorrow at 6 and 11. Good night.
Good night.